Hello, my dear students. I am Nazmul Islam Munshi, assistant teacher, Polish Lines School and College, Rangpur. Hope you are well. I am also well. Today, my topic is passage narration. Before starting the passage narration, I would like to tell you the learning outcomes of passage narration. Here, you will be able to learn the differences between different species. You will also learn different rules of changing species. You will also learn to narrate narrative techniques. Rule number 1. So, at first you have to go through the passage or text very carefully. Then you have to trace the speaker and the listener of the passage. You have to also specify the persons of the sentences. Then trace the reported speech and their types. Trace the types of sentences and reporting verbs. An example is for you. Roma said to Salma, "Do you like this pen?" "I didn't like it," Salma said. The answer will be, Roma asked Salma if she liked that pen. Salma replied that she didn't like it. Rule number 2. The subject of the indirect speech always comes first. For example, "Will you buy my hair?" asked Roma. The indirect speech will be, Roma asked her if she would buy her hair. Rule number 3. If the subject and the object of the reporting verb is not clear, then the subject will be the speaker and the object will be the listener or the person spoken to. For example, "Give me the pen." The speaker told the person spoken to give him the pen. Rule number 4. If two or more assertive sentences belong to the same speaker, then the latter is joined by using "and" or "added that" or "also added that" or "also said that" or "again said that," "father said that," "father added that," etc. For example, Shafiq said to Rafiq, "I have lost my pen. It was black." The answer will be, Shafiq told Rafiq that he had lost his pen and added that had been black. Another example, Rohim said to me, "Did you see my new pen? It's very nice." Rahim asked me if I had seen his new pen and added that was very nice. Rule number 5. If the reported speech being assertive but finishes with question mark and the sentence wants to know something, the sentence follows the rules of interrogative, and before the reported speech we have to use "being surprised." For example, she said to me, "You have remembered how she looked all these years." Being surprised, she asked me if I had remembered how she had looked all those years. Rule number 6. If the answer of an interrogative sentence contains yes or no, then there will be replied in the affirmative and replied in the negative respectively. That means for yes, you have to write replied in the affirmative, and for no, you have to write replied in the negative. The structure is as follows: subject plus replied in the affirmative, or subject plus do or does or did or am or is or are or was or were, has or had. For example, Runa said to me, "Have you finished the work?" I said yes. Runa asked me if I had finished the work. I replied in the affirmative. Or we also can write this: Runa asked me if I had finished the work. I said that I had. Another example, Dipu said to Nipu, "Have you completed your assignment?" "Yes, I will submit it tomorrow," said Nipu. Dipu asked Nipu if he had completed his assignment. Nipu replied in the affirmative and said that he would submit that the next day. Rule number 6. If the answer of an interrogative is short, in the indirect speech, we have to complete the answer. For example, he said to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." He asked me what I was doing. I replied that I was doing nothing. Look, here nothing is in short form, but in the answer we have written I was doing nothing. Rule number 7. If well or if see is used in the direct speech, we should ignore them in the indirect speech. For example, the teacher said, well, Reja, I shall reward you." In the indirect speech, the teacher said to Reja that he would reward him. Here, well is ignored. An example, Arif brothers asked the mistress of the house, turning to the dervishes. So here the reported speech is Arif brothers, but with the reporting verb turning to the dervishes, you can say it, what should I say, something is written after the reporting verb, but in the indirect speech we should write the extra one. Turning to the dervishes, the mistress of the house asked them if they were brothers. Sometimes in a reported speech the speech remains incomplete, but in the direct speech we should complete them. For example, "You have carried me a long way. How much shall I pay you?" I said to the rickshaw puller, 50 taka? Anything is alright. The answer is, I told the rickshaw puller that he had carried me a long way. I also asked him how much I should pay him. I further asked him if 50 taka would do. He replied that anything was alright. If the reported speech contains "thank you," the structure is subject plus thanked plus the object of the reporting verb. He said, "Thank you." The indirect speech will be, "He thanked me." If the reported speech contains "goodbye," the structure of the indirect speech is subject of the reporting verb, then bait, then object, then goodbye. For example, he said, goodbye my friends. He bade his friends goodbye. So my dear students, thanks a lot for attending the class.